you're gonna leave me alone. So, like, if I get pulled, I have now. Granted, I haven't had any issues with the police.
Right.
But I promise you this: if you hear anything about me getting pulled over, Roshod Jetblack Forster gets pulled over and killed by a police officer, you'll know that I love that man before he killed me.
Wow. Wow. It's deep. It's deep. Wow. So love is basically the key.
It's the only answer.
It's the only answer.
You can't meet hostility with hostility and expect a good result.
This is true. This is true. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about something else that has the country raging right now. The election. Okay. As far as the candidates and just everything that's going on, what are your thoughts on the election? It's coming up November 8th. What are your thoughts?
Pray church.
Yeah.
Pray church. Oh, it's almost like it's almost like Saw, like the movie Saw.
Right.
Especially let's see, the worst one I think was the girl that had the key in the box.
My husband made me watch all those. And
She had to stick her arms up there to try to get the key out, and then when she pulled her arms down, it was cutting her up because they tightened down. It's almost like that. Like we gotta stick our hand in the box, but ain't no way we get down. Like you're not gonna get out without collateral damage, and the collateral damage is devastating. So, I think you have like closet racists. And then you have open racists. Donald Trump, I wouldn't necessarily say is a racist, but the way he's received is that way. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, is shiesty. Like you can't trust her. Like they find stuff that she was trading off military secrets, and now they found proof that she was doing it. She may be facing prison. So we may end up with either a candidate we know nothing about, who is the independent, or Donald Trump. So I would say, pray before you go to the poll. I still don't know.
Right. Are you going to vote?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to vote? Oh,
I'm definitely gonna vote, but if I had to write in the ballot, I'm gonna write down Roshod Forster. I'm gonna write down Jesus. I don't want that responsibility.
Oh, I feel you. I feel your dad.
I don't want that at all.
I feel your dad.
I ain't gonna even front and act like I can be president. Like no.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Right.
Definitely.
Even though you're just a face, it's still.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so let's switch back to the music. What can we expect from Jetblack? I know you got a new single that's about to drop. You got a new album that you're working on. So what can we expect from you?
I'm not gonna put a timeline on the album yet. I want to see what direction we go with the single first. The single is called "Bow Now or Bow Later." Hashtag YGBS. And it drops on October 21st.
October 21st.
At midnight, yes.
Okay, at midnight.
Yeah,
okay.
It'll be on iTunes or Amazon, everywhere you can think that you can get music from. It'll be there.
Okay, cool. So we can go to Amazon, wherever you can get music, and we can
just type in Jetblack, and you might see like a rock band or something, and a few other ones. But it's distinctive when you see the cover to the album.
Okay.
Because I can describe it. There's a guy who's on stage. He's got on like his gear, so to speak. And what you'll notice around the outside is kind of blurred. But you see like he's performing in front of a mass of people.
Right.
And there's lights and everything going. But then in the blur are these hands and strings attached to the artist.
Wow.
The picture tells a story of where the direction that the song goes in. So I'm not gonna give lyrics to the song.
You don't want to give it away, huh?
Because like when you see the picture, you'll be like, okay, let me listen to it, and then once you listen to it, you'll understand the direction that we're going with.
Okay. So who did the artwork for the cover?
My man, Prince B. Brandon. Well, he don't go by Prince B anymore. I always call him Prince B.
Right.
It's Brandon Clark, and he goes by Illogical now. So.
Illogical.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Brandon Clark. You can find him on Facebook, right?
Yeah, Brandon A. Clark is where he is on Facebook.
Okay.
And then the track was produced by Ministry Minded Media.
Okay.
My man Matthew Twine killed it.
Wow.
Absolutely killed it.
That's what's up. Yeah, you let me listen to it. Was that right before? No. You said you're gonna let me listen to it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely ready to hear it. Because I saw the artwork on Facebook, and I was like, first time. But I definitely couldn't see the strings of that. But I'm gonna look at it again.
Yeah, you gotta look real close.
Look at it again.
I intentionally blurred that because that's the part that you don't see. You know, like it's there, and you see something, but you don't see the whole picture. You understand what I mean? Like, it's kind of letting people into my head a little bit. Like, I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? I like to like make it look one way, but then take you in a completely different direction.
Okay.
So, misdirection kind of guy. So, a lot of times, like even when you hear my music, you might hear one thing, but I guess it's just the way God gave it to me, or just the way I write stuff. I write it so when you go back to listen to it the second time, you'll understand what I was talking about the first time.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me ask you this. Okay. You're a young guy, so hypothetically speaking, which as a Christian rapper, I know you've been faced with this. So there's this young person, you know, they're struggling with life. They're kind of, you know, living in the streets, you know, doing the street thing. I know you were a church kid, but you're still young, you know. So, say this, you know, this person, they're living that hard knock life, you know, and they feel that, you know, the street life is all there is for them. That's how they're gonna make it in life, you know. What do you, as a man of God, as you know, husband, father, Christian rapper, you know, what do you say? What do you say to them? They're coming to you, they're like, you know, street life, that's what it is, you know. What do you say?
I'll always go back to where you don't have to accept who you have become when you understand who you can be.
Right.
So like just because like it's never too late. Like there's never a time where you feel like, I know I've heard people say before, I feel like I done been out here too long and God don't hear me, or he won't hear me, or he won't accept me, but he will.
Right.
I heard a preacher this past Friday night say, no, it's Thursday. And she said, God has things waiting for us, and sometimes he's waiting on us to ask for it. So, like, just like a parent, I'm a parent. My kids get on my nerves sometimes when they want something and I'm doing something else. Like I'm already taking care of one thing, and they come and ask me, Daddy, can I have this? And I'm like, no. So they go out. Then they come back a few minutes later, Daddy, can I have this? Ask for the same thing.
Right.
And they ask 2 or 3 different times. They ask sometimes 8 different times.
Yeah.
Because they know that eventually I can give them what they're asking for. All they have to do is they feel like if I keep asking for it, eventually he'll give it to me. Okay. So if we did God the same way, because we know that he can give us what we want.
Right.
If I'm tired of fornicating, if I'm tired of doing drugs, if I'm tired of drinking, or running the streets or whatever, then I have to come to a place where I can like ask God, like, take this from me, please. Conviction is the first place you start.
Right, absolutely.
So once you realize that there's something wrong and you need to change, then you go get it.
Right.
Same concept as when you running, I guess when people run drugs.
Yeah.
Or whatever. they know it's money to be made. They know who they need to go to, so they go get it. They go get the money.
Yeah, yeah.
So you don't have to stay the same way, and you should never feel like God don't love you, don't want you, because He does. He wants everybody.
Absolutely, He does. You're absolutely right. Okay, so let me ask you, would your response be the same? You're a church kid. You're talking to another church kid. Somebody that they grew up in church, preacher's kid, whatever the case may be. But, they know the lingo, what you're supposed to do in church. But they do what they do, They still dibble dabble in they dibble dabble in the drink. They're having sex. They're doing all these things. Basically, they're going to church out of routine on Sunday mornings. I guess you could say they're a Sunday Christian, so to speak. Matter of fact, I wrote something on Facebook one time. I said for myself, that was me, before I, completely just surrendered to God. That was me. I wasn't even a Sunday Christian. I was a Sunday morning Christian. Between these certain hours, I was doing what God wanted me to do. Well, going to church, because that's all it was. So, would your response be the same? Two different scenarios.
It's a completely different scenario.
Right.
And now this is my lane. I've been that kid before.
Right.
I'm a preacher's kid, pastor's grandson, my dad's assistant pastor. So
right.
There was a point where I was just going because mom and them said I got to go to church.
Right.
I wanted to play football in high school. I wanted to go to to the prom after parties and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
So I would go to church and when I was playing the drums, I just go and just be playing, and no enthusiasm or anything.
Right.
And on them, it takes God. Sometimes it just takes God.
Yes.
Because it is in them, that they know they got roots, and those roots are already set. Sometimes.
Right. Yes.
So, and for some people it may be less time than others, but because you don't know what God's time frame is for you,
right.
You have to get it back.
Yeah.
You have to find your place back. And really to deal with not even just a PK, but somebody dealing with church hurt.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're dealing with, and then
wait, you gotta explain church hurt.
Meaning, and what I mean by church hurt is, you go to a church for years and years, and the pastor's messing around with different, you find out the pastor's messing around with different women.
Yeah.
People are not what they say they are.
Right.
And then, my coworker who is 40 something years old and dealing with that now.
Wow.
And I talk to him every day, but we talk about what he didn't know, the questions that he had that he asked that they couldn't get an answer from.
Wow.
Because sometimes people are hurt because they ask questions, even with stuff like dealing with the Holy Spirit, people speaking in tongues, stuff like that. That's, to some people, it's a misinterpretation.
Right.
Because you don't understand it. If the Spirit falls on somebody in a place where they don't teach that, then those people try to throw them out of their church, and then now they feel like they can't go anywhere else because, the Spirit fell on me one time and I spoke in tongues and they told me I wasn't supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
So then now somebody who knows the truth or knows that way can talk to them and be like, well, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Because when you introduce the Spirit into, people talk about African knowledge and us being black people coming from, being indoctrinated into Christianity. It was white man's religion, so on and so forth.
Right.
We could go with that if you take out the equation of spiritual aspect.
Right.
So once you introduce spiritual aspect, it changes the name of the game.
Right.
So a lot of people don't teach that,
Right.
So it's definitely a case of what they had to deal with, what they were hurt by. Were they hurt by a pastor who was shady, who was not who he said he was?
Yeah.
That they had to deal with sexual abuse, because that's a big thing. that we're starting to find out, pastors messing around with people's kids.
Yeah.
And the kids having to keep quiet all these years until they get grown. Now they resent people from the church because they feel like this one person ruined them, ruined them for everybody.
Yeah.
I was never sexually abused, so I can't really speak from that aspect, but I kind of feel like I can empathize and how that would feel for somebody to be somebody that you trust, being your pastor or first lady or the deacon or whoever,
right,
in the upper crust of the ministry in the church,
yes,
and mishandle you. I can only imagine how bad that is.
Right.
Like it hurts my soul now, and I'm not, I've never had to deal with that.
Right.
But it's like, it's a monster.
You're right. Okay. So you would tell this person that actually knows God's word, and they no matter what they're dealing with, basically, that it's okay. You would tell that person that, I understand you went through this, you went through that, but God is still God.
Yeah.
Basically.
My parents, when I was going through that phase, when I got married, I wasn't saved. Okay. When I got married, I was going through a period where, like, from 18 till I think I was 20 or 21, where I was tired of the church. I was tired of, like, the facade of, like, going all the time but not really wanting to be there.
Oh, wow.
And all that kind of stuff. And so, like, when I did go, I would just sit there. I didn't do anything. Hence the reason why the space of time was different as far as, like, me understanding my calling as far as being an artist. All that. At one point, I was silent. Like, I didn't hear anything from God because I wasn't listening. I didn't want to hear it. That doesn't mean that the calling never escaped.
Yeah.
But I was dealing with that rebellious spirit of not wanting to really be there, and my mom told everybody in our church, just leave them alone. And her and my sister and my dad, they planted small seeds here and there. Because I still maintain my relationship with my parents.
Right.
And all my family, it was different than everybody.
Yeah.
But they plant small seeds. She called me some days, and she's very proud to this day that she planted this scripture in me. It was Matthew 6:22. That seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you.
Right.
Every day. She either sends it to me in text message, or when I talk to her on the phone, she'll say it before we get off the phone. And then she say, I love you. My sister was a little more harsh than my parents were. She was like,
most siblings would be.
What's going on with you? Like, and me and my sister have always been close. We talked about everything. We've done pretty much everything together.
Right.
I was always younger than her, so like the kids that would try to mess with her on the bus, I jump in the way, and being, as little as I was, I'm just like,
yeah, you try to be the protector, huh?
Yeah. But she would always ask, what's going on with you? You can talk to me. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.